Destination Newry, it's the morning programme. Good morning, Newry and Mourne and the world. I'm Rowan Hand. I'm delighted to have you with me across the planet as my guests this morning. Delighted to welcome into Studio One, Dudley Pankhurst. How are you, sir?
Great, thanks.
You're in good form. And Damien Mcallister from Dundalk. You're originally Dorset, as we can tell by the accent. Yeah. You're both students at the Southern Regional College.
Yeah.
And you're in the area of discipline at the moment is catering, and you're involved in the Nor, as in the soup, K-N-O-R-R, and all of the kind of fancy, what do they call those things? The things you put into the, like OXO cubes, the stock cubes. And you've been successful, and you're doing things in this competition.
So far, yeah.
Tell me what it's about, please, Dudley.
The Nor competition pretty much had about 5 different counties or so. And it had been one student chef had to do 2 main courses and 2 desserts, which should have practiced over a month or so. And you had 2 hours to cook it in. And
you were the chef?
Yeah, I was the chef.
You were the...
He was helping me out.
You're the assistant chef?
Yes,
yeah. You're on the course as well, Damien?
Yes.
Yeah. So what year are you in at the
Third
college?
year.
Third year?
Yeah.
You have 2 years done, and you're into your 3rd year.
Yeah. Just another few months to go, and that's us finished.
Yeah. Now, that's you finished, but it's you starting, really, because once you've done college, you then develop your personality as a chef.
Yeah.
You've got to know where you're going. You've got to start injecting passion into the vacuum left by the books that have left you.
Well, hopefully after the end of 3rd year, I want to do a 6-month trip around Europe and see work in different places and find out different new things. Really.
Where's your cooking taking you at the moment? What do you do at the moment that really gives you a kick?
It's all the kind of exhilaration, the excitement of service and all that sort of stuff. And I used to work up at the Bronte Steakhouse.
Not a bad place to have done a turn.
And I just finished there last Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I want to try new things, and I've been working with new chefs. Like there was Will Brown up at the old schoolhouse in Cumber, and they taught me a lot of new things. They're doing all like new kind of trendy.
Yeah, you see, Paul Rankin was at that. He went to the Roux, to the senior Roux brother, not the present young Mr. Roux, but Mr. Roux, his father.
Yeah, Michelle Roux.
He went to him in London to the restaurant. I forget what it was called. It was on the park or something. But Paul gained a lot from that. So you're following the same kind of program. You're going out meeting other chefs, being influenced. Yeah.
Well, that's the plan, to keep learning new things and new chefs.
Yeah. Well, before we go to new things, you worked in the Bronte Steakhouse. If I come to the Bronte Steakhouse and I said to you, my dear fellow, would you give me a perfect steak? How would you do it for me?
The head chef would do it like that.
I'm putting you into head chef at the moment. You're the man I want to do it. Don't want that head chef
If I was doing it, then it's...
And I would need to know whether I go with a sirloin or whether I go with a fillet.
It depends whether you like the fat. The fat adds the extra juiciness.
And the fat's in the sirloin.
And the sirloin, or you can get the ribeye or a T-bone.
Yeah, so the ribeye, take now a competition between the ribeye and the T-bone and the sirloin. I'm looking flavour.
Flavour, I'd go T-bone. You've got your sirloin one bit, and then you've got a small bit of the fillet as well on the other side.
And is the sirloin taken off the T-bone?
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's one half of the T-bone is the sirloin.
Cut like straight down.
Yeah.
So you've got the bone in between. One side you'll have the sirloin, and the other side you'll have an eye of the fillet as well. Yeah. So it gives you kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, the T-bone is the one to go.
Yeah.
But now, what about the ribeye?
Ribeye, if you like there's a lot of flavour in it because you've got the eye of fat in the middle, and there's this marbled effect through it. So it's really nice. Like
you could do worse than that.
Yeah.
Now, how would you cook this for me, and how would you serve it to me?
Season it, seal it either side, and then.
So season first of all with what?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
If you wanted, you can add spice to it as well.
Yeah.
Even so, you can marinate it. Like soy, chili, ginger.
And would you marinate for 1 hour or 20 hours?
24 hours.
Would you? Hey, this is all good stuff I'm getting here.
24 hours, yeah. And then, seal it, put it in the oven to whatever way you'd like to eat your steak. And
so you seal it first, and then oven it?
Yeah.
So you're not cooking the whole steak on the pan?
I wouldn't normally know. See, we taught up there, you need like the oven and get as many steaks in there as you can. See, if you're doing a busy service of 80 or 100 people, then you could never do them all on the flat top. You wouldn't be able to keep an eye on them.
But I mean, once you've it sealed, The oven needs to be what? Would we be talking 200?
300 degrees.
You go 300?
Yeah, 300 degrees.
Because you can't hang around.
No, I'll try and get them out as fast as possible.
Yeah, but 300 degrees, you'd only be popping it, having sealed it, you'd only be popping it in there for maybe...
For a few minutes.
Maybe 3 minutes would be it.
Yeah. Well done. It'd take 5 minutes tops.
Yeah, tops.
Yeah.
Is he a hard guy to work for, Damien? You were working with him as his assistant.
Yeah, well, I was just pretty much doing dishes, but
Well, it was all the prep.
Yeah.
It was kind of. I did treat him quite hard.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get everything done as fast as you can as possible.
Yeah. I remember once when I was running a restaurant in Carlingford Marina, a long time ago. I had a lovely chef there, a Scottish chef, and I was Basil Fawlty out front, you see. And we were under a lot of pressure, and you would know about this. And I said, Chef, could we have food now, please, Chef, now? He says, I'll get it out as soon as possibly can, because we need it now. Take your time. I said, I can't take it out. If you don't have it, go sell cabbage in the market. So there's this row going on.
Yeah.
But it's a creative energy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
It's not an evil energy.
No, it's afterwards you get a great buzz from it, and you feel great afterwards. And again, you need the kitchen staff to be working together with the front of house staff to get perfect service.
Perfect, indeed you do. And how would you wind down at the end of a busy set? Would you have a glass of wine or what?
You could do, yeah. So now and
Not
again,
what you could do. What would you do?
A few beers.
A few beers?
Yeah, a few beers at
You'd
the
be
end of
happy
it.
with
Just
that.
chill out, have a chat with everyone, ask everyone how it went, what they thought of it.
Yeah. What's your aspiration? What do you want to do, Damien?
I'm not sure. I mostly trained in desserts.
Oh, you like desserts?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be a creme brulee man. You could do a good creme brulee.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah.
Just basically just traditional desserts. I normally do just cheesecakes, crumbles, brownies and stuff
Wow.
But I want to learn to do a classic twist.
Yeah, classic. Yeah. I have a great passion for blue cheese and pear. Parmesan and pear. Not Parmesan. No, not Parmesan. Yeah, Parmesan would be good. With sliced Parmesan with pear. It's a ripe pear. That's absolutely perfect. Now, you've told me how to do a perfect steak, and I thank you for that because I've never done a steak that way. If I want to make a steak and kidney pie, would you be good at that? You'd know how to do that, would you?
Well, roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all just different methods doing it. You'd get a cheaper cut of meat, and then you braise it down.
Why would you get a cheaper cut?
Cheaper cut because it's less expensive.
Yeah, well, can I ask you, if I decide to put fillet, if I'm flush, I decide I'm going to put fillet in my steak and kidney pie. Will it be a better steak and kidney pie because of the fillet?
Well, it depends. I'd go with more fatty cut because then you get the flavour all out of it.
Say I took for a steak and kidney pie, say I took a sirloin. Would it be better than if I go for chump?
It probably would. It wouldn't take as much cooking.
Yeah.
If you're using the chump, then you'd want to braise it down for a good few hours, so then it's falling apart. Whenever you're doing it.
Otherwise, it's chewy.
Yeah, it's chewy. It's not nice.
So I'm going to use in my pie. I'm going to use my sirloin, and I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to use onion. I'm going to use carrot.
Carrot, celery. Yeah, bit of leek. Yeah.
Bit of turnip.
But you'd have to cook it down a bit more than the others, or chop it up fine.
Yeah. So then I take all of that and I get all of that moving on the pan.
Get all your garlic and everything.
Everything
all your
in.
herbs.
So really, I'm making the filling separately on the pan.
Yeah.
So make the filling. You're very knowledgeable. You're a good lad, isn't he? He knows about these things. So we do it separately on the pan, and it's like, is it fully cooked or is it 90% cooked on the pan?
You could almost braise it down in the liquid that you're doing it, and if you're doing if you've got your gravy or your stew or whatever you want to do it, you'd cook it all in liquid for a few hours, and then if you wanted, you could bake off the top. If you're doing a puff pastry top, you could do that separate.
Oh yeah, you do the pastry separately, and you can buy the pastry.
You can,
pastry.
yeah, you can buy
roll it out.
Roll
it
out.
into the tin.
Yeah.
And now, do you let the stuff that you're cooking separately and you're braising for 2 hours? Do you let that cool before you put it into the pastry shell?
I would almost. Sometimes I know some chefs wouldn't even do a base for it. They would just spoon it into a little dish like that.
Yeah, and then cover it.
The lid's just already baked off in the oven. So then all you've got to do, spoon your filling into it, place your lid on top, and serve it.
Do you know you've just told me how to do a perfect steak and kidney pie? I'm doing very well here today. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you for a creme brulee. I want to know how to do that perfectly. Now, the big one that I want you to cook for me next is, I know how to do that, yeah. But is it all right to put the hot stuff, say I put a base into the cooking, into the roasting dish, or into the dish that's going into the oven, put a pastry base in. Do I then pour the stuff in or spoon the stuff in, the meat and the vegetables that have been cooking away for a couple of hours? Do I let that cool before I put it in? Or is it all right to put it in warm? It
wouldn't matter too much. Yeah, I'd put it in warm as well.
Warm is okay.
Yeah. And then bake it for 20 minutes.
20 minutes in the oven
nice
with
and
the top
golden.
on it. Nice and golden.
Yeah.
Now you've told me how to do a perfect steak. This is Brian over there in the Doran in the Newry and the Southern Regional College. These are good guys. They're telling me things. How to do a perfect steak, how to do a perfect steak and kidney pie. And now the one that I really love is the confit of duck. Are you any good at confit of duck?
Yeah, confit legs, anything.
What do I do the confit? How do I do the legs, confit of duck?
If you're doing it, you get all your seasonings, all your herbs, everything in with it. Get your duck fat and put them all in duck fat. Put them in the oven for a good few hours, 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours at about what, 100, 120?
Around, 120 to 150.
Yeah.
And then cook them down for hours and hours. You take them out and the meat just falls off the bone.
Off the bone. And how do you get them that wee bit crisp? You know, sometimes you have the meat falling off the bone with the skin.
Yeah, you could get like a half roast duck.
Yeah.
In which then you just pretty much, you've got it sat in front of you, you'd season it, your herbs, put it in the oven, and then if you wanted a nice crispy skin, under the grill for a minute.
Yeah. Wow, this is so good. Now, what's your favourite dessert, Damien?
I don't really know. Don't really have a favourite. Just
Yeah. Well, if I asked you, I want you to make me a beautiful dessert, what would you recommend to me?
not too sure.
Well, we were up in the Chapter 1 up in Dublin, the Michelin star restaurant. And they served us, it was Mandarin, and they done it different ways. So they done, it was a dehydrated white chocolate powder.
Yeah.
So pretty much they must dehydrate it some way in the dehydrator, and then it was all crumbled down, so it's like a powder. And then they had like this white chocolate cup, which was filled with an orange puree kind of. So whenever you cut into the cup, it burst all over the plate.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. And then they had like a mandarin compote as well, and it was lovely.
Are you, in any sense, disgusted at the modern trend to use microwaves and fast food and stuff like that?
Well, a microwave can be handy if you're heating something up fast.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you want to do most things to order. Almost like if you're doing vegetables, then you can blanch them in hot water, and then when it comes to service, just nip them in the hot water and out again. That's them done.
That's them done. Yeah.
But no, I try to avoid microwaves if you can.
If you can, I would think that as well. I never use mine at all. Never, ever. Sausages. What percentage of meat should be in them? What's a healthy sausage? And what percentage should be of herbs and breadcrumbs and the rest?
It depends really if you want to go to your butchers, buy them, or whether you've got the equipment to do them in a kitchen.
Let's talk about buying. I see them. I see Tesco's Best, Sainsbury's Splendiferous. I see this, that, and the other. And if I look and I see 90%, if I see 90% meat, is that an indication of lack of flavour? Should I be going for...
You'd want to go for a reasonably high meat content, but not too high again, because you won't have the breadcrumbs, the onion, herbs, and all stuff.
That. Yeah.
But again, like you'll see companies, whenever you're frying them, you'd see all the water coming out of them and stuff. That's because they've been pumped full of all of the...
Yeah, but I don't see much of that, because I'd get good... and I'd avoid bacon that provides the water.
Yeah, you've got all that white stuff.
Wow, that's crap, isn't it?
No, it's not good.
Yeah. How old are you guys?
Me, I'm 19.
19?
20.
Sweet Jesus. Children doing great things in the world. What's your ambition?
Ambition is I want to do my trip around Europe, work in as many different places as possible, and hopefully become a head chef and somewhere.
Going to open your own restaurant?
Hopefully, yeah.
What would you call it?
I wouldn't
in your mind's eye.
that far ahead yet.
In your mind's eye?
I don't know. It'd have to be something to do with the flavour. Flavour's everything.
flavour.
Yeah, that's what everyone goes for, the way things look.
Yeah.
I don't know, really. I haven't thought about what I'd name anyway.
Confit cuisine or whatever. Confit cuisine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm grateful to you coming in. You're a credit, both of you, to the Southern Regional College. You're wise men.
Thank you.
You know what to do. You seem to be going places. And as a consequence of this, and I'm not paying you for it, I now know how to do a perfect steak and a perfect confit of duck and a perfect steak and kidney pudding. Thanks very much indeed, lads.
No problem.
Go well and God bless you. Music, sir.
Thank you.